Kindergarten, as part of our Earth Day learning this week, I thought it would be really fun to come together to play with some Play-Doh and talk about our Earth. So what we're going to use this Play-Doh for today is to build the parts of the Earth, okay? So we have from the outside in we're going to talk about. So I'm going to use different color Play-Doh. If you don't have Play-Doh at home, it's totally fine to use construction paper. What you want to do is build circles, and eventually from the inside out we're going to build this. So we're going to start with smaller circles and then we'll form bigger circles to form the outside of our Earth. So the Earth, boys and girls, has a center, and that center is called the inner core. And the inner core is actually the hottest part of the Earth. So red to me seems really hot. So all I'm going to do is take a pinch of red Play-Doh. I'm going to roll it into a ball, just like this. And this part that I'm just making right now is called the inner core. Can you whisper that to me? Say inner core. Great job. All right, so then from there, I'm going to make the outer core. The outer core, I'm going to make orange because orange seems a little bit cooler than red. Red seems really hot. Orange seems still pretty warm, but not as hot. So I'm going to use orange. For that, you could just grab a little bit of a bigger pinch. And what I'm going to do, instead of forming that into a ball, I'm going to kind of just flatten that out a bit like this, almost like a pancake. All right. Then I'm going to take my inner core, which is that red little ball, place that in the center, and then wrap that orange around. Okay. So that orange that I'm wrapping around is the outer core. The inner core is inside. That's red. The outer core, I need orange. And I can go ahead and kind of roll that up again to try to keep it smooth. Now from there, boys and girls, we're going to do the third layer. We're going to make the mantle. The mantle is the thickest layer of Earth. So I want to get an even bigger piece, and it's yellow, and I want to make sure to keep it kind of thick. So I think you can go ahead and grab some more yellow, okay? I have some more. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add a little bit more because I want to make it seem thicker, okay? So again, I'm going to flatten that out a little bit like a pancake. And then I'm going to take my inner and my outer layer of the Earth, and then I'm going to kind of wrap it around. Remember, try to keep the mantle thick though, okay? You don't want to thin it out too much because this is the thickest part of the Earth, the thickest layer. So there we go. I kind of form that together. Again, if you want to give it a little roll, and make sure no orange is showing. Okay, from there, we have Earth's thinnest layer, which is the part that we live on. We live on the Earth's crust. The crust is the thinnest layer. So I'm not going to take as big of a glop. I'm going to just take about this size, and I'm going to use the color brown, okay? So I'm going to kind of flatten that out as much as I can because the crust is the thinnest layer of the Earth. So I want to flatten that out, make like a bigger pancake if you can, and then I'm going to take all my parts, put that again in the middle, and you're going to wrap that crust around. Remember, it's thin, so you can kind of stretch it out here. If you need a little bit more, you can go grab some. Just make it a little bit thinner and smoother. Remember which part was the thickest? The mantle was the thickest. And remember, the outside of the Earth is the crust. That's the layer of the Earth that we live on. It's cool, but as you dig deep, it becomes hotter. So that hottest layer we talked about was the inner core, okay? So that's why we did that color red. And then we had the outer core, we did orange, we did yellow for the mantle, that was the thickest layer, and now we're doing our crust. We're making it brown. All right, now don't forget our planet is not brown, right? We're going to make it blue and green because that represents our continents and our ocean. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm still making it into a sphere, a round ball, okay? Now I'm going to do some blue and some green. And like I said, if you don't have Play-Doh, it's totally fine to just do this out of construction paper. If you want to get really creative, you could even make a 4-layer cake and make each layer of a different color to represent the Earth's layer. So I'm going to go ahead again and try to roll this around. Looks like I might need a little more glue. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. A little more. And this, boys and girls, is a model of our Earth. So this is a really fun way to talk about our planet, to get to know the different layers, okay? And then, here we go. This is our blue. Now the final piece here, I'm going to add the green to represent our continents, our land, right? Looking more like an Earth. It's getting bigger. See it? I can smooth that out as I go. Now I'm just going to take different little pieces like this, flatten them. I don't really like to mix my Play-Doh, so, and this is kind of newer, so I just want to take little blocks and put it on all around to represent the land. Make sure you roll that little ball of yours all the way around so that you can see as we're building this, this totally looks more like our Earth now, our world. Okay, now the really fun part for this, you're going to need the grown-up for this part. What you can do to go ahead and explore the inner layers of the Earth, you can grab a grown-up for this because you're going to need to cut this, okay? So there it is, our final model of the Earth. And now we're going to place it on a plate. And I have a sharp knife. Remember, you want to get a grown-up to hold this down and just try to cut in the middle. And then from there, you'll be able to see parts of the Earth that we talked about. The red was the inner core, the orange was the outer core, the thickest layer was the mantle, the thinnest layer was the crust that we live on, and then we added the blue and green to represent the continents and our ocean. I hope you had fun today exploring the parts of the Earth, the layers, and remember, deep, deep down, that hottest layer is the inner core. It's really hot as you dig. So we actually haven't even dug as far as our crust because as we dig a couple kilometers down, it's really super hot, even the crust. So I hope you learned a lot about the Earth today. Continue taking care of our planet. Continue learning different things and how you can help the Earth. And another thing I wanted you to try to do this week, I'm going to scan this to your parents. If you don't have accessibility to a printer, it's totally okay to do this in a journal or a separate blank sheet of paper of your own. But I had a little room up here so that you could draw a picture, and I did a little story starter for you. It says, I can help our Earth by, and think about it, what's a way that you can help our planet to make it safer and healthier? All right, and as you do that, know and talk about your different layers of the Earth. If you don't have Play-Doh, you can always paint, you could always color, or you could even use construction paper. Have fun, guys, and happy Earth Day. Bye.